Hi, this is Eric with Mocha Megane Workshops, and today we are prepping metal for a billet. I'm using copper, nickel silver, and red brass. I think the copper we have 18 gauge, the nickel silver at 20, and the red brass at 20. 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. The first thing I want to do is directionally sand on each surface, and that can give me a uniform look so I can see if there are any imperfections such as deep scratches or pits. I like to buy my metal from Rio Grande because it's packaged in cardboard, so that way it's pretty clean when it comes. So I have a piece of 320 grit sandpaper on top of just a paper towel for a little cushion, and that's nice if you have a really beat up benchtop surface. And then I have a wood block, and I have taped a couple pieces of my copper, and what I'll do is just sand up and down, and that will give me, kind of reveal the surface. I've already sanded a little bit on this one, but I'm just looking for a uniform look and nothing fighting against that. If I can run my fingernail and it catches something, then that tells me that's deep and I need to try and sand it out. So we don't want to spend a lot of time or actually remove or change the thickness of the metal. We'll do the other side. This is just about helping us see the surface. If we have these kind of halo areas that don't get sanded, that tells us it's not exactly flat, so we'll sand those till it's very minimal. This particular billet I'm going to fire in a gas forge and use the hydraulic press to help flatten all the metal. Flipped it over, and then sand the reverse side. Notice that I've rounded the corners of each sheet. And we'll explain that more when we fire the billet. The copper usually is the metal that needs the most work, just because it's softer and it may get deformed as it's handled. So again, make a tape loop and you can just anchor your piece of metal to that wood block. I like to do 2 pieces at a time. If you do find a piece that has a really deep scratch or nick or pit, you can hold that piece aside and it can be on the outermost 2 layers. If you have more than 2 of those pieces, or if it just doesn't work in your stack order, then you'll just have to replace it. All right, so I'll finish up the copper here. I've already done the nickel, silver, and the brass. Stay tuned.